guys, it's Ashley here. Do you like watermelon prints? Well, of course you do because you clicked on this video. So today I'm going to show you how to do watermelon nails. First off, I'm going to show you what strips I'm using. Now, depending on what season you're looking at this, I'm sure that there's an alternative that you can use. So this is Spring 2020 collection, and I'm using Are You Madridding Me for the base, which is a kind of darker hot pink. I feel like Caribbean Coral would be a good option, or if you want a lighter watermelon, there's tons of pinks out there to choose from. But Are You Madridding Me is what I'm using today. For the polka dots, I have a clear polka dot overlay called Polka Dot.com. And then the green I'm using, I really wanted to use Holy Toledo, which is a Spring 2020 strip. However, I didn't have one in my stock. Somebody bought it recently, so I'm using Queen of Green, which is a retired set. Currently, it's still on the website as far as I know, because they did a throwback shade. So if you want it and you're watching this, I'm at the end of June 2020. It might still be on the website. Holy Toledo, I think, is a great alternative, and it's what I really wanted to use. And I feel like if you're using a lighter pink, you could actually pair that with Oslo and Steady, which is kind of a more pastel green. So if you're using a lighter pink, that would be a great alternative too. So that's what I'm using today. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how to get started. So first off, you're really going to want to prep your nails. So I used my buffer pad already. I like to buff the tips of my nails because they start to kind of get jagged the longer they are. And if you buff the tips, it keeps them from peeling if you have peeling issues. Also, Hardest Hoof is a great product to help with strengthening your nails and to help with prevent peeling. So my nails are actually pretty good right now. I buff them. I do need to clean them. I wash my hands really well, and now I need to use my prep pad. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do a layer of pink on all of my nails. So I'm going to do that really quick. So I've got my pink laid down. If you are not using a wooden cuticle stick to clean your edges, you might want to leave the thumbs off, and that's perfectly okay to leave that off until later. But I've got my solids on. They look great, not to just go out like this. If you do need tips on doing perfect solids, I actually do have a video. I will link it up here. It is an older video, and I've been wanting to redo it, and when I do redo it, I will add the new link up there too. But the one I have is older. It still has some really great tips on solids and how to do overlays, which would be very convenient for this video. So I'll add that up there whenever I do the video, or do this video. Anyway, okay, so next you're going to want to take your polka dot strips, and you're going to want to layer over your pink as well. Now, on this one, if you've got really long nails, I wouldn't worry too much about getting the pink all the way to the edge. You can go ahead and cut your strips in half and use 1/2 for each nail. Even if it doesn't go all the way to the tip, we're going to cover the tip with green anyway, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to do my polka dots real quick. I'm going to try to stick to the smaller polka dots and not use this bigger one. So one more tip, if you are experiencing where you do layers and the layers tend to not want to lay down, here's a little tip for you. So make sure that you clean up your edges along here and make sure they're smooth, there's no overlay. And after you do that, make sure you take your finger or you take your cuticle stick and you rub it down really nice. As the layers get thicker, they sometimes are a little harder to lay down. So if you do that first, that will help to guarantee that both layers stay down really well. You could also wait about 15 minutes between sets when you do layers. That will ensure that the bottom layer cures really nicely before you do the top layer. I don't usually personally do that, but I've heard of a lot of people that do, and they say it works really well. My last tip is if you wait, or actually even if you don't, I recommend doing your prep pad over the bottom layer again, because if you've touched your face or you've touched other objects, then you can actually get oils on the pads of your fingers and the tops of them, and that will make it to where the top layer doesn't like to stick. So go ahead and find another alcohol pad. They're just regular alcohol pads, or if you have some spares, you can get them at the Dollar Tree, you can get them at the pharmacy, or you can just take some rubbing alcohol and some kind of cotton pad that isn't going to get cotton over you. So not like a ball, but like a pad, and you can use that. But that's going to really help to ensure that the top layer sticks. So I'm going to do that really quick, and then I'm going to put these on. Okay, so I'm just going to throw it out there. I had to be a little bit strategic because a lot of the strips were the larger polka dots. So my thumbnails, no matter what length they are, unless they're all the way down, I do usually have to use one strip per thumbnail because of how long my nail beds are. These here, I actually can use one strip for two. Well, I actually do these. I can do one strip per two nails, so I'll do these like this. Now, unfortunately, it was only the smallest strip here. And then this next size up, and the smallest pinky, only the bigger side fits on my pinky. So I actually am going to have to use two of those because this smaller side's not going to do it. So I'm going to use the larger size on the two pinkies, and then I can actually get no, I can't. So this is the one I normally use on my pinky, but I can use the larger side on my pointer finger. So I'm just going to have to use the larger size on each of my fingers. So I'm not going to be able to get two out of this one because I wanted to use the smaller polka dots and not mix it up with the larger ones. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case you're kind of looking at it and trying to figure it out. You can always use the bigger ends that usually work for me. So you might have to get a little bit strategic on this. Alternatively, my larger thumbnail, I actually know that I can tilt it sideways. How much is left over, I can tilt it sideways to use my pinky. So if you're unable to use the smaller pinky, that's another option for you. Alright guys, so we have our seeds on our watermelon nails, and now we need to do the rind. So you're going to want to take your green strip, whatever you decide, and your 5/8 inch circle punch. Now the size that we're going to want to get is where we actually can get quite a few different tips off of this. So we're going to start with our largest, or the thumb strip that we need, and we're going to start with that, and then we're going to see if we need to use another one. But you're going to start with the largest size that you need. I'm going to show you why, because we're going to be very conservative with this. So I have my two thumb strips that I'm going to use, and I'm going to keep these to the side in case we need them. So always, always, always take off your plastic first. And then what we're going to do is you're going to flip your little thing over, and we're going to create our first tip. So we're going to go ahead and just take a little bit off the end, and that's going to be trash. And then you're going to kind of want to decide how long you want your tips to be. Honestly, I don't want this to be like a full French tip. It's just a rind on the watermelon. So we're not going to do, like if you have really long nails, you're not going to want to do this whole area green. You're really just going to want a small rim of green on the end of it. So we're going to go ahead and make several punches. So just make as many punches as you need. And when you get towards the end, just take a sticky note and actually plop it on here like this, and you're gonna have a little bit more control towards the end, and you'll be able to get even more tips out of it. So let's get some tips. Okay, so you see I actually got 5 tips out of this. So I'm gonna kind of want to determine which one is the largest first. It looks like this one here is probably my biggest, and you're gonna use that one on your thumb. So I've discovered that using an orange stick or a wooden cuticle stick is actually the best way I've found to really kind of get the strip off of the backing. And this is another reason why you want to make sure to take that plastic off, because it's really hard to get that plastic off. Okay, so I got that, and I'm going to finish getting it off. And you can actually put this on the back of your wooden cuticle stick to kind of help guide it onto your nail. And you're just going to get tip where you want it and smooth it down. And again, you might not want to use, do your thumbs first if you're not using a cuticle stick. And another thing is make sure you've got it aligned exactly where you want it, because once it's down on the other layer, you can't really reposition it as easily as you can if you're doing it on naked nail. So I might not be able to reposition this, and I'm really not liking the angle on it. Okay, I fixed it a little bit, but still not exactly a perfect angle. So just kind of be aware of that. But it did turn out really cute. There it is. So there is, I need to clean up this edge here, get that off of it. But other than that, that is what we're doing on all of the nails. So I'm going to do one more nail to really show you what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest up. So just be careful when you clip, because you see this, I have this longer edge over here. I'm actually going to cut it first and make it more even, but just be aware when you're positioning it on your nail, it's going to be a little easier on the smaller ones. Just kind of be aware of where you're angling it. So let's go ahead and do my next one. If you don't have an orange stick, use the pad of your finger. It takes a little bit longer, but you can do it that way. That's how I always used to do it before I had this thing. So we're going to peel it up. Also, using this stick helps to keep the oils off of it as well. And I'm just going to kind of push it on, well, let's get it off first. So I'm going to put it on the end of here to help me kind of position it where I want it to be. And now I'm going to smooth it down like so. So I'm going to kind of tuck my edges around like that. I'm going to let it sit. Okay. I'm a huge fan of this look. It looks so much better when I actually positioned it right. I'm not even, I'll be honest, I'm not even the biggest watermelon fan, but holy cow, this is so stinking cute. And I can't believe that I did this myself. Cute. Okay, I'm going to go through and finish doing all of the rest of them, and I'll show you what the finished results look like. Alright guys, so I've got them finished except for filing. I ended up not needing to use these. So if you ended up where you needed a little bit more, you might just want to use one of those rather than wasting both. But they turned out really cute. Now I do want to show you, remember how I said at the beginning of the video, these aren't necessarily French tips? Well, that's why. Look how good this one looks, and then look at this one. Not so cute, right? Right? You're welcome for me making a mistake to show you how not to do it. But the rest of them are very, very cute. These are a little bit thicker, and I don't mind that, but you don't want to go too thick either, or it doesn't look like a watermelon. It just looks weird. So be mindful of that as well. There we have it. Beautiful, beautiful watermelon nails. So I have layered my clear as day. I have filed up the ends to where they're nice and neat and ready to go. And I have some cute summertime watermelon nails, so I'm really actually a lot happier than I thought with these. If you would like to join my Facebook VIP group, the link is down below. Also, my blog entry that has pictures step-by-step on how to do this is also down below with any of my past blog posts. Any of the stuff that I used in here, including my cuticle sticks and my stuff like that, is also down below. Anything else you could possibly need down below. Subscribe if you like this video and want to learn more. Hit the bell button if you want to be alerted every time that I have a new video posted. And if there's anything you'd like to see me do or recreate, go ahead and send me an email or a message on one of my social media groups where you can send me a picture of what you'd like me to recreate. So you'll have a wonderful day and go out there and be creative.